Hi guys, from PABrewNews, back again with episode 20 of Painting with PABrewNews. Alright, now I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I decided to make a kind of mess with black gesso. Put a little oil here, a little liquid white there. Kind of just didn't do it. So I came back to it, so now it's what it looks like now. I put a little bit more oil there just to make sure it was slick and ready to go. And I don't really know what I'm going to do. So it's going to be one of those kind of like in the moment things, which is fun. Which is fun. I like that. So right now I'm thinking about, a lot of times what you need to do is figure out like time of day and season. Just got back from Montana. Take a little Indian yellow here, kind of blending it around. Letting it do its thing. Not sure if I want to do like I'm thinking about doing a sunset. Lit yellow ochre, give it a little bit of bronzy color up here, goldy color. A little bit of just a touch of bright red. Very soft. Very strong color. Now, because I waited, the canvas is a touch drier than normal. Usually it's a wet on wet painting style, so of course, because of that, we're going to have a slightly drier canvas than we usually do. A little crimson up in the corners, work it in. And we're just blending outward. That's all we're doing. We're blending color. When you blend these colors, you want to make sure they basically, you don't know where one color stops, one color starts. Blending it out just like that. Pretty much. Something very simple. Nothing too crazy. There we go. Okay. What do I want to do now? I haven't done a cloud in a long time. So like I said, this is going to be one of those ones where I was going to do something and then I kind of just didn't. So I'm going to go through a little bit of white with the fan brush, hint of red just to spice it up a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we're just going to take the corner of the fan brush and pop in a little cloud. I just hangs out here, does whatever, no big deal. Just roll a couple clouds in. You're not too committed right now. Anything you don't like, you can change. Just like that. Roll them in. Take a little 1-inch brush that's clean. Bead the brushes because sometimes they get stiff after a while. Roll the outside of the clouds. Just kind of give a little nuance, puff them. Go across them just like that. Simple, easy little clouds. If you want to have a little bit more white, just go take pure white. Just one side. Highlight them even more. Highlight a little bit of the edges. Make some distinct clouds. Kind of roll. And the cloud just rolls back there. One here. Big. There you go. Get some paint on there. Fluff them up. Just different ones. Just showing you how to do stuff. Not exactly sure what we're doing right now, but if we can get a painting out of it, that's even bonus. Even better. Even better. Take the same brush again, roll that in there. Just take the corner of the brush, roll the base of these clouds out so they diffuse with paint behind it. Again, this is a dry canvas, much easier with a wet canvas. Beating the brush knocks off extra paint. Lift it up, tease it, go across. If there's a little bit of a hair on the brush, you flick it, flick that booger off there, go over again, just like that. Okay. Got some clouds going on. Clean the brush off. I just got back, many of you know, just got back from Montana with a beautiful tour guide that showed me around. So I was thinking about maybe just dropping a mountain kind of in there and then working around that. That'd be fun. Got some dark colors here, browns, different shades of browns and stuff. It's kind of working through different shades of browns. Might actually get somebody who can actually film this while it's going, and might be a little bit easier and better for you guys if there's multiple cameras going. But right now I'm just an idiot online doing this. So there you go. Just took my knife, little roll of paint there at the end. And what we're going to do, I haven't been doing mountains and stuff lately because the paint's been so thin. And the thinner the paint, the harder it is to do stuff, especially mountains. But push up and down and walk in a little bit of a ridge, just like that. Scrape off all the excess. There's a little better. We don't care what's happening on the bottom of the mountain. We only care about a defined edge on the top. And the more paint you scrape off this, the easier it'll be to do your mountain. Just like that. Have paper towels ready just so I can clean off my brushes. Don't have a true setup yet. I'm always kind of changing things when I go. Clean, dry brush. Start pulling. These are natural fibered brushes, so when they get old, they tend to shed, especially when they're in heat. When the mating season comes around, pull these mountains out. If they're too big of a brush for you, take the 1-inch brush out. Whoops, there it goes. So you can see about getting in there. And you can start actually forming the shape, the lay of the land of your mountain. Pull them out. See all these bumps and ridges. Excess paint, just knock it off. Pull it out. And you kind of want to just set it in the clouds. Diffuse it. Just like that. Just like that. There I got a mountain sitting up there. Last time I was in there, the day of, right before I left, they actually had snow the night before, which was great. A little bit of snow on the mountain. So why don't we do some of that? Just come up, touch, and drop. Lightest touch possible. No pressure. Just let it break, bump, play. And if the paint's too thin, it's going to look like, and you put too much pressure too, it's going to look like you iced a cake. Just like that. It's a little right there. The faster you do it, I find the faster you do it, it works. It works the better the faster you do it. Take a little blue, a little white together. Leave it marble. Don't mix this stuff too much. Leave it a little marbly. Up. Add a little bit shadows to your mountains. Every peak needs a shadow. So I'll just come up here. Okay. Now that's on. Come back into your little color and you can add little projections in your mountain that come here and there, bump around. Just like that, little gnarly projections. Sits up here. But after you do that, gotta come back with your highlight color. Get that little projection. There you go. Every little bump needs its own little shadow. Just like that. There we go. Just like that. Okay. We're just going to use this 1-inch brush since we're using such a small area. Usually I make bigger mountains of this. When you just tap the base, softly tap the base. You're not trying to destroy, just diffuse. Follow the angle that you made in your mountain. And just softly go up, following the angles. Just like that. Just let that mountain sit way up there. Just like that. Okay. Little mountain. Sitting way up in the mountains, okay? Let's go back into that 1-inch brush that was giving us a fit before. Tap it into some dark color. Browns and just dark colors. Come up here and I'll probably like to say let's something like that. Tap in a little footy hill that lives right about there. Clean dry brush. Tap the bottom. Lift up slightly. This makes it look like diffuses it and gives it the idea that there's a million little trees out there. Slight. Just lift it up slightly. We don't care what's going on outside here. These are just guides. You do whatever you want. There. Okay. Something like that. This brush is pretty beat up. Alright, right there. Now there's this one that's a little bit closer, so I want to start putting a little bit of highlight on that one. Just want to tap into a couple different other yellows. We're just going to very softly touch, not a lot at all. Just softly, softly touch. We don't want a lot of detail. They're still pretty far away. Again, lift that up just a bit, just to diffuse what you did, just so it looks a little color back there. A little bit when you're dealing with all far away stuff, it gets a little different. Actually, here's an idea. Just came up with this. Let's give it a slight pull down too, just like that, and across. Same thing with this. Slight down. And across. That way, we can come up here with a hint, a little bit of liquid white, pull out thin, cut across, and you can scratch in something that looks faintest idea of a water line. It's way back there. It has fun. Little water kind of going through here. Let's put water in this. That'll be fun. Like all that there is like a little bit of a lake or something. It lives way back there. That's it. There. Let's see. Building up, building up. Yeah. Take some dark colors. Take a little dark color, slap it in there. Just dark, gnarly colors. And we're just gonna build some big old rocks that live in here. Again, we don't even care what's going on. Kind of working around what we have. Put some rocks here. Putting some dark color in. There you go. Building some rocks in the foreground so you can actually see way back there. A little bit of burnt sienna, dark sienna, burnt umber, white, white. Mix them to get them marbly. Don't take off all the highlights of these, and just softly. Just graze over these things. The little highlights. Now we got some rocks in the distance going around here. Maybe there's a bunch of rocks we won't see. There. Okay. There's a lot of duties and streaks and stuff like that, and we'll have to work around those because you can't see them right now, but you might be able to see them. I'm not sure. But there's little streaks and stuff going through here that we're going to have to work around. But that's okay, because that's what this whole style is about. Working around stuff that you're doing. We don't get excited about stuff. Now I left a little bit of a thing here because I have an idea. Little white, little liquid white, touch of that crimson too. Might actually want to throw a little bit more liquid white now that I'm thinking about it, because of what I'm trying to do here. Little white, liquid white, crimson. You don't want a lot, just a little bit. Right there. There we go. Over here. It goes this way. A little ripple. Shiny. Oop, a little brown on there too. Look at that. Maybe it looks like a little land or something back there. Put a little thing back here. That's a good idea. I like that. That was a happy accent. Ooh, yeah. Things start happening. You don't even realize it. You start seeing stuff. Maybe this one that works around this way and meets it right here. So now we got 2 waterfalls at the same time. And kind of just like that. Works off that. All right, we got the start of the waterfall right now. Cool. That's always fun. All right, let's keep the waterfall where it is for right now. Let's go back to what we were doing before. I made a little bit of a scuff mark here, and I'm going to turn that into land. Just do a little bit of the land that kind of sticks out this way, you can see. Yep, just like that. Probably gonna do that. Just use my shirt as a. Just use my shirt as a paper towel. I wasn't thinking. That happens now and again. Brush that off. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get serious. Let's work on some bushes. Break these things. I'm just going to take these things for a couple different dark color, brown colors, and we're just going to start working on some ideas. You're not committed to anything. You're just laying in some ideas. Not committed to absolutely anything. Putting some dark color in. That's all we're doing right now. Putting some dark color in. And we're going to work around that. Let's see. It's hard to see the painting so much from this angle. Usually I like to do it from front. But there. We got a little idea. Why don't we take a filbert brush? We haven't used a little filbert brush in quite a long time. Let's go through some browns here. Take one side right through the white. Since the light's coming this way a little bit. Put a little tree here. Bigger tree right there. Let's see, how about big old tree right there. Right there again. There we go. This is the tree right It gives you an idea of stuff going on in the foreground. A little bit of stump right there. A couple other stones, rocks. You can make little stones. Real easy. Just go through some brown again, the red, both sides. One side through white, just like that. Right here, put little stones, little things, little nuances. Yeah, so there's some rocks that live right here too. They do now. There you go, little rocks, little thing. There you go. Make a little forest now. Good. Okay. I'm going to ignore that for up there for right now. Let's work on this. Let's work on what we're doing here. Let's see. I like a little rock bed. I think that looks pretty nice here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of color right here. Just a bit of color. Just to play with. Tap it in right here. Just a little bit of blue. Phthalo blue, right there. And we're gonna work around that. Let's go back into that filbert brush. I'm liking this filbert brush today. We're friends today. I like this. Back to the brown. Little bit of white. Little bit of white. Not a lot of bit of white. There's a lot of little. Little stones kind of live over there a little bit. Okay, back into that liquid white. We'll dab more liquid white. Pull that out here because we're going to go through a couple different colors. Clean off of it because brown's not a color I wanted, but brown's in there. Whatever. Let's work around these, clean up the little foots. Just work the water right around the little foots, just like that. Clean it off. Go in some pure white again. Splash. Splash here. Just like that. There you go. Now we have a little dark creek in the middle of the woods. Now we can start having fun. Now we can start playing. Okay. Got all that done. Got some trees up there. We'll work on getting some land down here first. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to do, oh boy, I'm going to do a little green. I'm thinking a little green. We'll put some highlights of, we'll put some different highlights on, but I'm thinking a little green to start with. A little bit of liquid white, just to make sure it sticks a little bit better. A little ridge of paint on the front of the 2-inch brush. After you get done this, you can paint your barn, you can do lots of stuff. We're going to have some bushes up here, so we're going to start forming the lay of the land. We're going to make this soft. I'm not going to try to make this very crazy painting. I want this nice and nuancy. Now work around your stones that you put the least little bit least little bit of paint thinner. I want to touch it hard. I just want to show how the land flows. Just like that. Just a little bit. It's real dark down here. Dark. It's where all the gnomes and the fairies and pixies and all that stuff that you talk about when your little kids live. That's where all this stuff lives. Down. Dark. Make up stories when you paint. It makes it fun. You make your own little world when you paint. And it should be your world because this is what you're doing. And if what you're doing isn't making you happy, you need to find something else to do. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's nice. Good. Okay, that being said, with that being done, I'll start working a little bit on the foreground. For that, I don't even know what time signature I'm at. 26 minutes. Let's get this dang thing done. 26 minutes. I'm gonna go find a brush that I actually want to use today. We'll use this one today. I'm not sure if it's good, but we'll use it. I just want to come over here, a little paint thinner, and this brown. I want to make a little twig on here. Kind of sticks here and here. Ones that you can kind of just see it kind of come around here. Just like that. The ones that kind of stick up this way. You can kind of even follow some of these ones that you have here. Because we have this one doesn't like to stay together very well, but this is a cheapie. This isn't a Ross one. This is a cheapie. There's a little stick, just like that again. Come back with these browns. Just want to take some of those little stick figures away. Of course, if you're going into lighter colors, you want a lighter paint. It won't show. Dark against light. That's the whole point here. So you want little doodles that stick out here and here. Brushes just like this. Make the noises if it helps. It helps me. That's why I do it. Little grasses that stick around. Put up here and there. Okay, something like that. Gives you a little idea of what to do. There. Okay. Go through a little bit of the green. Tip up a little of that brown. Through a little bit of the... Might have to lighten it down a little bit though. Threw a little bit of the crimson in there to get just to brown it down a little bit. Just to dull some of that flavor down. Just so it kind of gives it a little bit of a nuance. Okay, there we go. Put the tip of the brush in there. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Move on to a 1-inch brush just to finish some of this stuff off. through some of that green. Get a little bush back here. Little bush. See that? Little bush that kind of sticks right over that waterfall. Just right there. He lives right there, right on that waterfall. He lives the good life. Okay, there's a little bit there, here. Okay. Let it pick up some of that white. Just work with what happens. No big deal. Okay, now that's a little bit too green for me. Let's put some more colors in there. Looks nice, but put some more colors in there too. We got a little time. They're not going to kick me off the internet just because I went a little long. Okay, go through some of the yellows. Find up here, push up, push here, push there, push around his little foots. Kind of brighten the painting up in the front a little bit. A little crimson too. Don't forget the crimson. You can get a sparkler going. Just like there. Like that. Excuse my reach. What you do, you can always go sideways. So you got a little bit of color on each. And start popping in some pretty crazy little flaming bushes just like that. Just like that there. Run out of color, reload the brush. Pop a little bit right in there. That bush can have fun too, right? There. Some of the stones working around. Okay. Let's go through that. Going through all those colors I just kind of mixed together, going right back through the brown. A little bit of that paint thinner and the white. I kind of want to just make a little bit of a crazy highlight color. Something I can just touch. Just like that. Just a soft, muted highlight color, but it's different than the rest. Just to give it a little accent to these bushes. Some of these are getting hit by the sun. They need a little time to shine too. Just like some of the grasses. Clean up the little foots bushes. Bushes foots, or however English works. Just like that. Just like that there. Walk them down. Just like that, there. Okay. Now, if you can see that, I certainly can. I certainly can. Let's go back to those browns and blacks. Go through there. One side, straight all through the filbert, with through white. Pull it down. There she lives, right there. Give a little bit of one of those kind of things. There you go. Nice big tree. Right there. Foots. Give him foots. Needs a foots. Maybe you can even see his foot's kind of like, one of those kind of things. Take him right through the white again. Highlight him. There we go. It's a little darker here. Highlight them on that side, little foots. There we go. Scrape. There. Okay. Almost getting done with this one. Didn't even know what we were going to do. Pretty good. Let's see. Go back into our cheapo brush that seems to work. Back in these dark colors. Seems to see if you need a little bit of a lighter touch with this one. One off here. One that lives right there. Right here. Come out. This little thing. Don't worry about these things. Just let them happen. Got a little bit of a jiggle in your hand, it's even better. Makes these gnarly little things happen even easier. If you get too light, make sure don't waste. If you get some white color on your paint, on your brush rather, shoot some little things in the darkness. Don't waste them. They're there for a reason. Just got to figure out what to do with them. Okay, so put a little more added darkness to that one. Shoot it out. Crazy one right there, right here. Sometimes you just shoot some off, just like that. That one kind of hangs down. He was trying to reach the sun, he never got there. Okay, there. Soup some in. Okay. All right. Here's some up. Before I get too ahead of myself, make sure you drop your brush. It's always important. Drop your brush. Now here's one that goes there. There's a little thing that sticks out. This one sticks out. Same thing with this one. And all I'm doing right now is literally just working around what I did originally. If you're wondering why I'm putting these things here, there's little duders you could see from when I originally made this painting. And all I'm doing now, some highlights on here on this little trunk, old trunk that kind of sat there between this fall. All I'm doing is kind of just filling in the highlights, filling in the areas that I saw that I tried to, when I made the original black gesso painting. So depending on what you're doing, you know, you can't just throw gesso anywhere, but you can work around it. You can work around it when you do these things. You know, don't be afraid of them. Don't be upset. You know, I can't do this painting now. You know, so we got this out of it. Again, maybe, you know, not everybody wants to have weird branches and stuff right in front of their sunset or whatever, but hey, that's dems the breaks, I guess you could say. Just add a little bit of detail to them. Put a little gnarly foot that kind of just sits right there. Look at that. Give it character. And that one comes all the way over here. It's got a gnarly foot right there. This one's got a little hanger. Hangs right there. Takes a little while. Probably the longest part of these episodes is me putting little things here, hanging down off the rocks. Little things hang down sometimes. Little nuances, little finishing touches. Okay. That being said, I think we're done. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So here's a little painting that you can see now. Here we go. Had no idea what I was kind of going in to do, but this is what we ended up with. Little dual waterfall coming together out of a little mountain stream up there. Kind of works its way down. Anyway, I'm really happy with that. I think it came out pretty fun. Pretty nice, and I hope you guys had a good time watching me. This has been Paul from PABrewNews. Ooh, thank you, Angel. Well, kids are in bed. I have off work. Excuse me, I just burped. How rude of me. I'm off work. Hit me up for a hangout. This has been Paul from PABrewNews, episode 20. Not really sure what I was going to do with this one, but I thought it came out pretty well. So, anyway, yeah, if anybody wants to buy any paintings from me or anything like that, hook me up. Boom, boom, bam. Get the info, all that jazz. 20 episodes down. Pretty cool. Not really a milestone, but it's a start. So anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Hit the 40-minute mark. Way longer than I wanted to go. But I don't know. When I start going like this, time just flies. Time just flies. Hey, thanks a lot, Hillbilly Wine. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, until next time, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers. Bye-bye.